Good evening, dear friends, and welcome to tonight's Boys from the Baltic Star. It is Friday, a sweltering Friday night, and when it's Friday and the three of us are gathered together in our big sweaty mass, then we play Travel. It's a joy to have you with us this evening, whether you're here for a short time or long. Thank you for popping by and making our lives that much cheerier, I would say. We play anyway, but sometimes shouting out into the void is slightly less enjoyable. So, Lee, especially, thank you. And there's a few other lurkers at the minute as well. Thanks so much. We'll never shout you out there, lurkers, but thank you for hanging around. If you are catching up with it on YouTube or VOD or whatever, thank you so much for tuning in to us now. We appreciate you. Before I go on, it is warm for the UK today. I think did we reach 30 in Kent in the end? It was supposed to be around there. I think there or thereabouts. People belittle it because it is cooler than other places, but I've been seeing a lot on the internet the last couple of days about people who were born overseas and coming in saying that English heat's horrible, and that they would rather take like a 35 in like Honduras than a 25 in England. We have a very special sort of heat.
We do. It's something to do with humidity, I think, which makes our colds really bitter and our hots really unpleasant.
And our houses aren't made
really
for
bad
either.
as well.
Yeah, so rainy. We have none of our houses come with aircon. I haven't got my fan on me actually. I've got some fans, and if any of us get topless during the session, you can have your money back.
And we'll have even less fans.
Well, save that for your OnlyFans, Ewan. But we are heading into hot tub stream era again, so you never know. Maybe this year's the year for a hot tub stream.
It is the weather for it.
I don't know if we've promised it or threatened it, one of the two, but maybe one day we'll follow through. In the Baltic Star Garden. So, dear friends, we're going to be here till about 1:15. I've put in a request. I apologise, it's not any later. So, a bit less than 2 hours. We'll have a break at some point in the middle, no doubt, where you get a chance to do what you need to do. I'm going to just sit in a cold shower for 5 minutes. And we will have our important toast after that. So please feel free to be here for as long or short as you want. Chat or lurk. Both these things are wonderful. We're a friendly table. We like to think that you're sitting here with us, chatting and sort of enjoying just the vibe together. So please hang out, chat, ignore us, whatever you want to do. It's all good. We'll give shout outs and say hellos. It's the way we do things, really. If you want to spend some points, click on the red sun, spend some Imperial credits. It's quite a lot on tonight. It's a dizzying array, but don't worry. They all explain some things. Generally, the more expensive ones do something to the story. The dark pink ones will have a noise attached. And then some of the things, have a little flick through, will make that our characters have to do things during the game. Or there's one special thing for 1 credit and 1 credit only, which is I'll drink to that. And in this temperature, it's very important too. So if we say something that you agree with or something like that, I'll drink to that for 1 credit, always will be. And we'll raise a glass or a mug of whatever we're drinking. Take a sip maybe, and we'll all celebrate time together. I have actually got a cup of tea because even in the heat, you've got to be British. Lovely. And I'm off the booze. More's the pity. Still, I picked a terrible time for it. But anyway, let's introduce this evening before time passes too much. My name is Luke. Hello, I'm in the top right corner. I play 2 characters in this adventure. I play Kara and I play Soraya. Kara's there on the left. Sure, perfect timing. Artist, hacker, carouser. I also play Soraya, a few around from her. She is a scout. She is a bit of an odds and ends kind of girl who can hold her own in tough times, unless that involves posh people. She's not very good around posh people. Unlike my brother from another mother, who is exceptionally good with dealing with the toffs, the upper crust. You see, he is the Floofmeister General. He's the housewives' favourite, especially rich housewives, and the cougars. He is the wonderful Ewan. Good evening, Ewan. How are you?
Hey, Luke, I'm very good, thanks. I'm very good. You'll have to explain to me what you just said at some point. but I'm sure it was lovely and much appreciated. Thanks.
Well, I try my best. Have you had a good day?
And it's been okay. It's been okay. Yeah, I had a nice managed to squeeze in a glorious power nap for the before tonight, which is always a treat as a grown up.
It is a lovely thing, though. I don't know how anyone sleeps in this temperature.
I did have a little through flow in the room earlier, so I had a little 5 minutes, and it was quite nice. So if you can snatch it, it's perfect. Speaking of heat, Ewan, what would be your one tip? What's your one thing that you like to do, or one way that you get around the heat in such blistering times?
In times such as these.
Such as these.
I mean, to be fair, it'd probably be the same as my one tip for the depths of winter. Shorts. Wear shorts.
That is true. They're very usable for you all year round. For those that don't know, streaming is a very limited medium, especially when you're just looking at heads and shoulders. But I've seen him without shorts maybe twice, and that was in the Baltic Star bed.
I was going to say that seems like high numbers, but it makes more sense.
Well, there's one more man to introduce this evening, and he's a magnificent specimen. He is the smartest man in any room. He lives his entire life in the Twin Peaks dream sequence and can often be seen being paraded around Faversham in not a sedan chair, carried on the shoulders of 6 heavily oiled Eastern European men who are topless. They must be very happy about that at this time of year. It is the Queen of Faversham. It is Ben. Good evening, Ben. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Yes, I'm quite well. I am slowly being roasted to a sort of medium well, I think. But other than that, I'm fine.
And for a man who likes his meat very rare, that must be just pain upon pain.
It's frankly unethical. I think not only am I being cooked, I'm being overcooked. but then I am British, so perhaps I deserve that.
Yeah, that's true. You're being overcooked by British standards. What's your tip for staying cool in the summer?
I'm a great believer in migration.
Ah.
You could head up to the wild north of Essex. It's much colder in Essex, right?
It's a long way north.
It is a long way north, yeah.
It's a long way north.
Yeah. So you could aim for there. and if it gets really tropical, then maybe as far as Cambridgeshire.
Punts.
Punts to you too.
Excellent. Well, on that bombshell there. Ewan, who do you play in this game?
Oh, do you realise and you forgot?
Yeah.
We're going back. We're going to Ben again. You didn't like the punts to you, so we're just going to start again with Ben.
Yeah.
Well, Luke. Tonight in that game, same as every other game, I'm playing Stefan Miller, who is our dexterous, somewhat sneaky, somewhat psychopathic, I suppose, if you believe Ben and Luke, space rogue. He hasn't killed anyone in a long time. He certainly hasn't stabbed anyone in a very long time. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight. Who knows? I also play the aforementioned, or at least what Luke was alluding to, Agnar Arnson, former military general of higher social standing, who very much does like socialising with the toffs, if you will, or at least leading them on random goose chases around our ship.
How does Agnar deal with the heat?
He doesn't. He certainly doesn't. Certainly not in formal situations. He'll be wearing as much formal wear as is physically possible over the top of a thick and luxurious coat, especially for somebody at the grand old age of 43.
Oh, grief. Hey, Spencer. I'm just glad that he's not the man in charge of the Baltic Star's air conditioning. So I have a feeling he'd set it quite a lot cooler than.
I know, it'd be glorious, wouldn't it? By Ewan. would long for that, I feel.
Well, that's enough of that. Ben, sorry, we had to take a side road back because I forgot him, but we're back with you now. So life is looking up.
Okay, well then perhaps I should set the scene for us. On the Baltic Star, things have become a little tense. Our heroes invited the governor of Darkmoon, the ocean world they currently orbit, docked to its rather utilitarian space station, for dinner and a show. The show, at least the one they intended, is that Governor Helinsky will be reunited with his daughter, who he thinks died almost a year ago. She's hidden aboard because they made the invitation. They were trying to find out if he really did believe she was dead. It's a complicated sort of story. Governor Helinsky thinks he's there to discuss retiring as governor, which, to be fair, he has been doing, in favour of Sir Arlen Locke, also present at dinner. Locke, though, wasn't supposed to be surprised by anything because he knew Tally Helinsky was alive, being part of the group that arguably rescued her, or at least retrieved her, from the ice cap on the world below. Now, talking of surprises, however, the governor brought an ally in the form of a bodyguard called Guardian Stavek. She proved to be a surprise to everyone. She skipped on the party and went hunting around the ship, followed by Kat Aralesti. Kat was later found drugged and insensible, and Stavek had gone missing. Kara made the decision to organise a search and search parties. Our heroes are eminently qualified at organising parties in general, but not necessarily of the search variety. Stavek had been busy, cornering a Darkmoon native called Linto Sard in the aft port cabin and injuring him severely. He had been implanted with a tracking device, it seems, and she'd hunted him down and done him a lot of harm. By the time the travellers reach him, he's badly hurt with multiple stab wounds, and Stavek has moved on, though Kara manages to work out that she's moved on to engineering. Some organising is sorted out. Rachel Axis is on the bridge, scanning for external threats, while her cabin is being used as a place of refuge for her deputy, Kron, the very sleepy cat, another frequently sleepy cat, and now Tally Helinsky. Agnar is keeping the governor and the other guests, Locke and his crew, occupied in Bast's bar, where Johnny is about to serve Rose's expertly prepared dessert. Meanwhile, a strike team converged on the main door to engineering. As Stefan and Soraya arrived in the crew lounge from the starboard side, Zoe moved down the middle of the ship to the same place, and from the port, Kara arrived, while Juril Kag stayed in that port doorway in case of any other unexpected surprises. And that is where we resume the story. So, gentlemen, you are staring at a door. Except for Agnar.
That is true.
That is true.
Although Agnar's got to plan his timing right, if I remember correctly. He's got to join them a minute later, was that, I think, the plan was? Oof. So we've got to get this done carefully. Oh, let's bring the map up, sorry. Let's bring the map up. Just buy myself some time now. There's the Baltic Star. Hey. Mini Stefan in his robe is where most of the party are. Hey.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, but I believe Stefan went back for the flamethrower.
He did.
Brief.
He is, in fact, equipped with the flamethrower.
Very nice.
Exactly what he needs when we're about to go into the power plant of the ship. Perfect. Good planning.
Good for a. It's good for a bluff.
Kara will definitely raise an eyebrow at the sight of the flamethrower from behind her combat helmet.
Okay.
You all right? Expecting trouble?
I saw what happens. What they've done to our crew.
That is true.
Don't tell me you don't take it personal.
I do. I'll take it more personally if you blow us up in there. Short, sharp, controlled bursts. Stefan, whoever you are. I'll get so excited. It's too exciting. It's just, can you not feel the energy? I'm gonna, right. Kara takes a breath because she remembers that I think when we last left it, everyone turned to her to wait for whatever she was going to say.
They did.
Yeah. And I've had 2 weeks to plan what I was going to say. I guess who hasn't done it at all. She keeps her voice down, so it's over the comms, the devices, and that. Right. So, reading's the same. They're behind this door. Stefan, you said you heard something behind the door. So, we've got to assume that the second we go in, they're there. There are corners, there are things to hide behind. So, let's get in, get low, get cover. So, we're going to get the door open. If we see them, that's good. If not, we can't stay out here forever. We're going to have to get in, but just keep yourself low, get your cover, and we'll work our way through. Okay.
Do you want...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, do you want me to lay down some covering fire? Points at the flamethrower. Get it?
Yeah, I get it. Thanks. No, I don't. Have you got any other weapons with you?
Well, got the he holds open his hand, laser pistol.
Beautiful. If it is the Guardian, we need them ideally alive, yeah? So if you're going to burn them carefully. Bits that they can lose.
Okay.
I've got.
I mean, I don't want to burn anyone. I'm a bit frustrated, but
You've been wanting to use it for months. I know.
I haven't
Ever since you got
even practiced.
That's what I'm more worried about, to be honest.
I know how to use one of them, but I've not this specific
Then why are you
one.
holding it back to front?
Look, we've only got. Well, let's go.
Okay.
He double checks that he's not holding it back to front.
Can if she's got the stun fist on, then that is her hand. She can't. She can hold a two-handed weapon with the stun fist, but to use it, she'd have to drop the weapon, wouldn't she? Because it's a glove. Would be safe.
You wouldn't be able to use the stun fist while holding a weapon. If you, well, I mean, you could technically, but if you did, it would discharge into the weapon you're holding.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I can hold a weapon in that hand, but I'd have to drop that weapon to use the stun fist.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Cool. Okay. Right. Oh. Okay. No, sorry, I just noticed that she's got a bow. I missed the opportunity to bring my hunting bow. It would have been very predator. But anyway.
I love the fact that you're more worried about the style of the weapon than the actual effectiveness of it in this situation.
He's managed to bring a flamethrower. Could you imagine? We'd have come in. They'd have been terrified. A flamethrower and a bow. We could have done flaming arrows.
I could have just lit it, used it to light your arrows on fire.
Yes. And then when Agnar turned up, you could have lit a cigar for him using it.
Yeah. I like it.
He loves it when a plan comes together, does Agnar? Right, Soraya, Stefan, Kara, Zoe. Brilliant. Let me write that again. Soraya, Stefan, Kara, Zoe. Okay. Soraya, you follow us in last. Make sure that no one comes out through the door. This is the only way in or out from this way. So you come in last. Zoe, you good to go?
Ready when you are.
Because Soraya is going last, Kara will nod to her to sort of push the door and just sort of like stay back as the others look to move in.
Okay.
So, is it a sliding door?
It is a sliding bulkhead door, yes. Very sturdy and very well sealed to the ship, designed very much to keep atmosphere separate on each side when needed in an emergency, that kind of thing.
Kara will nod at Soraya to press whatever's needed to open said door, and then Soraya will attempt to do that.
Okay. There is a normal access panel on the door, like just a normal push button, basically. Unlike some of the doors on the ship, it doesn't open automatically as a crew member approaches. You need to push the button. You press the button, and it does not open.
Well, I'm not surprised.
That was really good timing for us.
Timing of majestic.
Well done to both you and Sparrow. It's like he's reveling in our conundrum. Go on then. Push it.
I was getting frustrated and confused.
Push it again.
Cara's going to call through to the bridge to our delightful engineer, if that's okay.
Yes, absolutely. Rachel immediately answers, yes.
You got any way to override the doors for power plant? What's it showing?
Yeah, I was just about to call you. Let me do that while I tell you about another problem.
Oh, magic.
We've got company.
Oh.
Nobody's scanning the ship, the thing you asked me to scan for, but while I was poking around, I was looking at our cameras and things. There's quite a few of those faceless Guardian people outside the hatch.
Oh, magic. I'm assuming they didn't just float up.
Well, they'll have come through the space station, I guess.
Are they trying to contact you yet?
They haven't knocked on the door or anything. I'm keeping an eye on them. They're it looks like they're putting together some kind of apparatus.
Right.
And as for the door you're at, I've got it on the logs. When you hit the button, it cycled. I mean, it tried to open, but it's stuck.
How much do you like the door?
It's my favorite door in the entire room.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
But if it needs to go, I'll find a new favorite door.
That's it. Okay. Agnar.
He'll saddle away from the bar a little bit. Yes.
Apparently, we've got a whole load of Guardians massing outside our main hatch, looking to power their way in. It might be worth making sure the governor is very keen to say how wonderful we are.
Do you mean you want a hostage?
I don't want a hostage. I want him
the
to.
opposite. The opposite.
The opposite of the hostage.
Yes.
What's the opposite of a hostage?
Okay. Yes. Do you want me to let them know?
Agnar. What if they know that we've got Tally? They could say that, and he doesn't know. They could fit us up for having kidnapped her in the first place.
Take him there now.
Get him back together with Tally now. He seemed surprised when he saw her, right? He seemed like he truly believed she was dead, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think we're going to get another chance to test that theory.
No. Maybe you take Sir Arlen, take the governor. Tally is in Kron's room. Maybe the big friendly loving, the big happiness together. Arlen will back everything up, won't he? Yeah. Let's close that. Let's close that loop, and then then we can sort of deal with Stavek and all the Guardians.
I'd imagine he'd be much more keen to say how nice we are
Yeah, big it up.
after
Say
a
we've got
reunion.
big surprise for him. Blah blah blah. You know, we've managed to find someone, and Locke's been
Mm.
playing along for you, hasn't he? So
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it.
cool.
Let me know if you need anything else. Where are they going to enter?
Main hatch.
Okay. Right. Thanks.
Carl will turn back. So, Stefan, Soraya, who's got the best big boom with them right now? We've got a door to blow.
I'm gonna be honest. Unless you want it melted, I'm kind of ill-equipped. I didn't think this through. Damn it. Soraya?
Soraya rubs her hands. So, a little while ago, when we were on a planet, I picked up a little thing called a breaching charge.
Yep.
And I've been looking forward to trying it out. I just didn't think it would be on the Baltic Star.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand why you thought there would be a different kind of place to deploy that.
Oh, just let me. And she sort of turns around to where the maybe there's a few bits of some glassware and things in sort of the little kitchen, like the dining area nearby, hides them so they don't get exploders. Yeah, nice Baltic Star glasses. Want to keep them safe. Push them a little bit further away from the explosion area. Okay.
What is that?
That? Have you not seen this?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what. If it doesn't burst into a shower of shards after this, you can keep it. It's yours.
Okay, thanks. What does that button do?
Don't press the button.
No, I wasn't going to push it. I was pointing. I appreciate that they're very similar gestures, but I'm getting in the way. Go on. How far how far back?
um, that's a very good question. And she pushes the breaching charge onto the door. Just yes. Find cover. She sort of sets it up and sort of backs away, sort of round the corner a bit. Ducks. And
Okay. So where is everyone going to stand? Behind that partition, or out in the corridor to the port side, or
Soraya's going to go out into that corridor, which is by where Kagsy is.
where Cags is? Yep.
Let's get rid of Stefan in a robe. Yeah, then we've got a couple of partitions here, if you can see, into the crew common area.
Yeah, I can indeed. I can indeed.
Zoe's going to back off a little way down that central spine corridor, so that she can come out either side of the partition after the blast, depending on what makes sense, depending on what's happened after the blast.
Yeah, exactly.
Going back to Kara's instructions, Stefan doesn't really want to be too much further back than Soraya, and in fact, he'd rather be closer. Can he flip one of those tables and hunker down in? You see the little L corner of the partition.
Yes, he absolutely can. So,
and he'll use the table to make like an extra side.
Yep. So you effectively turn the table over, so it's kind of the flat surface is sort of where the chair is to the left of it, and then hunker down behind it.
In that, in the little U that's created. Or upside down U. N, as some people like to call them.
Excellent. Okay, you are good to go.
Um,
Oh, IMT, what good timing.
uh,
I hope all is well.
Rachel, are the lights off in the power plant?
Can't detect anything in the power plant in terms of sensors. I'm looking at power now. Um, Hard to tell because it's where the power's generated.
Can you kill the lights?
Can't control anything in there. The circuits have all been cut.
Okay, go in and blind them. And Kara nods to Soraya, who sets off the charge.
Okay. So, can you please roll an explosives check for me, please?
I'll certainly try. This will be a terrible time for it to fail. And
Explosives check
hey, monkeys. Hey, brother. Thank you for joining us. Avast pirates. Right,
with
Soraya's explosives.
we're going to go with Dex.
Oh, I do have
please.
explosives. That's good. Okay. Phew.
Ben, sorry, just in case it was unclear, as soon as Agnar hangs up, he will be going off to perform tasks that he was instructed to do.
Yes. Okay.
Cool. But there's obviously no rush. This is
So
way more
he's heading effectively towards Kron's cabin.
No, I think he's going to gather. He's going to head towards Elinsky and Arlen and take them to Kron's cabin.
He's already with both Arlen Locke and the governor.
Yeah, so he'll just gather them up and.
Okay, so he will start walking. I'm gonna guess he'll probably take them down the starboard corridor, the one they've done laps of many times.
They recognise it well.
Makes sense.
The emo side.
And it's the one he knows that Kron isn't lurking at the other end of with a weapon, because that might be a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, given the amount of time it would have taken you to plant a breaching charge, I'm going to suggest that about the time that Agnar's little party enters the top of the T junction
Oh no.
is when the charge goes off. So, what was the roll, please, for an explosives with Dex?
Well, we killed time a bit because then we got ourselves a boon. Thank you, Spez.
With a boon.
With a boon, yeah. Right, so it's a +1, none for Dex, but 1 for explosives. I'm going to say that helped. I'm going to say that gave us the 5 because the 5 got it for me. So it's a 9 + 1 is a 10. It would have only been a 7 without Spez's help. So there we go.
Okay.
So a 10. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
The effect is therefore 3. So we're going to go with a roll of last one, AP6. Can you please roll 4D for me, please, and then multiply it by 3?
What? That doesn't sound good at all. I don't know if I want it to be higher. Okay, 9 to 13, 39.
39. Okay. The blast punches a fairly impressive hole through the center of the door. Absolutely amazing noise, just ear-splitting noise, thunderous roar. The door is literally breached, the middle of it shattered and blown inwards. As it's torn away from its mountings and shredded, you see large parts of it are thrown into the engineering bay, spinning and skittering along the floor. There's an enormous cloud of smoke, and it is very dark in there.
Oh, that's good. Luckily, we've all got our starlight drops.
The other thing you notice is that where the bits of the door still left sort of hanging onto the door frame, it appears they've been, I'm not sure you could technically use the term welded because there's no actual excess metal left there, but they've been melted or warped into place in order to stop them from opening. someone intended to permanently seal that door.
Tally
And at
ho.
that moment, Agnar, Arlen sort of looks a little bit surprised at the absolutely astonishing explosion and the whiff of smoke that just rolls down the end of that corridor and past them. But the governor looks utterly stunned. What was that?
That's it's a regular occurrence. It's just the Carolux needs to something to do with the engines flushing out flushing out some of the debris that we picked up a little while back on the planet. It's an ongoing maintenance issue. Sir Arland, you're used to that sort of thing on ships. I'm sure. I saw the vessel you came over here on.
That might be what happened to mine, I guess.
Oh, it's not that bad. No, it's purely just to raise efficiencies of the engines. It's nothing to worry about at all.
Can you please roll for me a deception check with intellect?
Not a truth. No, definitely not a truth. Deception with intellect. Okay. That's good. That is a 10 plus nothing for intellect, but plus 1 for deception for an 11, please.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
He thinks about it for a moment, and then he says, maybe Sir Arlen and I should leave and return to the city.
Before you do, the thing I was going to show you, we should definitely do that. It will be very important.
He looks a little nervous, but can you do a persuade with intellect?
Governor,
or social, your choice.
By my on my name as a former general, I guarantee your safety.
So you want to go with social?
I will go with social. Yeah. So, that is an 8 plus 2 for social, and I've got to find my persuade, which is a 1. So that is 11 again.
Okay. He nods and he says, "Let's hurry then," and agrees to go forward a little nervously. Sir Arlen appears to be made of slightly sterner stuff, and he strides briskly towards that T-junction, saying, "So, left?"
It's a good question, Ben. Is it left?
It is. Kara told you to go to Kron's cabin, which, if you turn left, is the second door on the left.
KS on the left.
Yes. Thank you. My map is very small. Yes, left. Left indeed.
Okay. From that position, you will not be able to see Zoe at the end of the corridor. But as you are turning that way, the deafening shock of that explosion has passed a little bit. Kara.
Well, I do think we're tally-hoing. Got to have the element of surprise, the elephant of surprise. So in we pile. We've got our glowy eyes. Got my stun. Let's see if we can take this person down.
Okay. So I need to know from you what order you're going through and which way you're going to be turning on entry. As you enter, you're going to be going between two quite tall generator units, one on each side of the door. And though you could look over them, anything crouching behind them would be invisible, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So are you just covering front? Are you planning to go left or right from your perspective?
So it's as we look at on the map, right? Pretty much, you've got the two big towers to that side with the bit forwards, and then a
Yep.
left and a right.
So essentially, you've got that there's an area that you're going into for the main power distribution junction that's in front of you. You can, broadly speaking, step over that. That's no problem at all. But the big heavy duty hexagon shaped things
Yeah.
are power systems.
Yeah. Kara will hopefully get Zoe, who's moving at some speed, I guess, to catch back up to the door. And if Kara can enter, Kara would like to enter to the bottom as we're looking at it, and
Yep.
aiming for Zoe to come in at the same time towards the top, so they're each taking a corner. What either side? So either side of the B, basically. Kara to the bottom of the B, Sarai to the top of the B. Sarai, Zoe to the top of the B.
Okay. Yep. So you want Kara to go left,
Yeah.
and Zoe right.
Just making sure there's nothing hidden in that corner, I guess.
Okay. And how about the others?
Sarai was to cover at the back, but Kara will shoot Stefan half a look as sort of the dust clears. It says, "In you come, scare her out," and leaves the decision to him.
Stefan will walk in. How high are the ceilings in this room?
They're the full height of a full deck, so around about 3 and a bit meters.
Okay, you won't do that then. That's probably a bad choice. He'll stroll in quite confidently, flamethrower up in the air.
Okay, are you effectively going to stride in, lining between the two women ahead of you?
Yeah, I'm assuming that they have some form of cover.
Kind of, yeah. They're going to be in that sort of gap inside the doorway between those two power units. So they're going to have some cover, at least from the sides. And as you glance in, you can't see anything directly in front other than the door through to the actual main maneuver drive room.
Yeah, he'll be quite brazen. he'll stroll in and he'll hold up the flamethrower. We've got you. Come out.
Okay. Yes, fair enough. So you step in and begin this process. I'm going to assume you're going to move fairly quickly, so we're not going to go back to Agnar just yet. There doesn't appear to be anything in front of you that you can see as you move forwards, any of you. So I need to know what you do when you get to the end of that little concealed area.
Kara, who will have crouched down onto that corner, watching Stefan basically stride past her, will, trying to stay low and in cover with her gun out, sort of covering Stefan somewhat, will try and, as he reaches that middle bit, will try and make her way around that corner to go downwards, I guess.
Okay. Fair enough. You start to move that way. Zoe's going to turn right at the end and walk up towards the covered areas in the corner back there to make sure that's clear. Right now,
Oh,
I
if Stefan's
need.
deciding, sorry, Sarai will come to the door to just keep an eye on the door opposite to the main power plant, but she's still by the entrance of the power plant, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's absolutely fine. And right now, is anybody wearing a sealed suit? Like breathing suit oxygen, or is everybody, even if they're wearing a vac suit, having their visors open and so they're breathing ship air?
Sorry, what air? It's not that bad.
Just all those cheesy balls we get
It,
through.
it
That's the
is.
problem. That's
It is a
It's all the
little bit.
fur in
Shit.
the air conditioning.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It comes straight from a greasy aircon unit. It's a bit shit.
Stefan's just wearing a dressing gown, Spez, as is his tradition.
Yeah. Stefan is not wearing anything vacuum
Just pajama
sealed
trousers.
with breathing. And he's beginning to regret it.
Yeah.
Well, he's not. I am.
Cara and Sarai Ra, that was Cara's point, wasn't it? She went to get
Yes.
chilled up. She's delicate flower.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're both wearing their stuff.
Okay. Zoe is as well. She went to get her kit on, and that includes a full, military type vac suit. How about other people on the ship? So Agnar, effectively.
Agnar has not been. Agnar has been wearing his more formal wear because we're entertaining.
Okay.
I blame Luke.
We're certainly entertaining.
Then, all right. I'm going to need
Oh god.
to roll something for Rachel Axis first. Okay.
Oh, don't make that noise.
Stefan.
Yes.
I'm going to ask that you roll a streetwise check with education.
Glorious. Not saying he's the least educated of our crew, but can't be far off. That's a 5 plus 2 for streetwise, -1 for education.
Okay.
I want it to be a mighty 6, please, man.
Fair enough. Right. Can you roll the same for Agnar, please?
Indeed. That's a 9. Plus 2 for education, -3 for streetwise is 8.
Oh, god.
Maybe, just about.
Whether it's
That's close.
whether it's Agnar's canine heritage or just the fact that he's used to being in places that are filled with sweaty soldiers, he detects something in the air, a slight chemical tinge which shouldn't be there. There's no obvious consequence of it, but he certainly feels that there's something in the air that's unexpected.
Knowing the full situation at this point, Agnar will, if you'll excuse me, gentlemen, he'll get straight onto the group chat. He'll call everyone. He'll be like, "There's something odd in the air. It's chemically. Something's not right.
Okay.
Stefan, have all those joss sticks in your room while listening to Cure albums done your sense of smell?
No, no, I can't be used to those.
No, Stefan. Sorry.
No, yeah, that's what Stefan
Oh,
says.
Stefan,
No,
yeah. No,
I
I
can't be
see.
used to that smell. So confusing.
Oh,
It's a funny joke, though. Thanks for mocking me. What do you think it is? You're the smart one, aren't you?
Let's keep clearing. Come on, speed's of the essence.
Okay.
You're not feeling funny, are you, Stefan? Funnier than normal?
I'm not as funny as you, apparently. Come on, let's go.
All right. You you press on forward. You're still heading downwards, Kara.
Yes, please.
Soraya's still by the door.
The only way through that door is to come round those hexagons, right? There's no cut through.
That's right.
In which case, she'll advance to the end of that first set of three either side, just next to the B, and we'll get down on one knee with a gun aimed just in case someone appears from in front of her.
Okay. As far as you can see, there is nobody anywhere. Zoe is going, upwards on the map to port side, and she's saying, "I've got nothing." And you are now beginning to head south, Kara, between the various units, and you've got nothing. And Stefan, which way are you going?
Stefan ought to turn south.
Okay.
As well. As soon as, if there is the chance for, like a 15 meter, give or take, free space with no equipment or anything that looks very explosive in, he'll give a little squeeze of the flamethrower just to let off just to add to the drama.
Okay. Just a little puff of flame.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he won't look directly at it either. He'll sort of squint his eyes a little bit because he's just taking
In a space with a chemical leak. Oh, I'll go and dice for rolling up characters. Hang on.
No.
I really liked my characters.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's definitely not an explosive chemical. You've just let off a breaching charge. If there were chemicals in here, they would have got surely.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe judging on that. Okay.
Oh God! How dare he? I love my characters. I was planning to play them for years.
Okay. I would like.
Comes out. Oh, cricket season started. They're not too bad at the minute.
Yeah. Okay. I would like Kara, please, to roll a recon check with intellect.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah, recon with intellect.
Oh, that's good. That's 13.
Okay, that is good. All right. Those drops you put in your eyes, they don't give you perfect night vision. They are amplifying the light that's already in the space.
Yeah.
This won't, in that particular moment, help Stefan because he's too close to that little puff of flame. But because he's essentially behind you, that little puff of flame has briefly thrown light to all areas that are in direct sight of it.
Oh, yes.
And it's as if you've just turned to an active light source. There is the edge of the Guardian, Stavek. She's down towards the end of the space that you're walking through. If you see that one little distribution panel that's in the corner at the bottom,
Yeah.
she's effectively there, in the little that little corner between the lift and the fresher.
Yeah.
And the bit you can see of her is in the gap between those two triple hexagon bits, one directly above her and one a bit top left.
So directly above the fresher is the little thing, and she's
Yeah,
between
she's
that.
effectively on that.
She's on that. Okay, cool. Now I can make there's the space between the hexes is space that people can walk between, correct?
Yes, it's narrow, but you can get through it. So you can. Essentially, the only places you can't are right up against the
The,
front and rear bulkheads,
yep.
where they're literally against those. Everything else you can walk through. So every gap around the freestanding ones in the middle, down towards
Yep.
the bottom, you can walk all the way around both of those. If you see what I mean.
Yes, got you.
It's tight. There's not a lot of room, but you can do it.
As the ladies have helmets on and things like that, and on a private channel, Kara will whisper across it to the other two. Follow me. Eyes on. And waits for, I guess, slowly makes her way, but hoping that Zoe especially will catch up.
Okay. Zoe will immediately begin. She was already sort of wandering back in that direction with nothing found at her end. So she's going to immediately walk past Stefan, I guess, or at least alongside him, to join you as best she can. Because Stefan, I think, is also moving in roughly the same direction as you.
Yeah, he'll be looking to stick with Kara.
Okay. As you close in, you can see, now that you know what you're looking for, it's a little bit easier. She was hard to spot, but you've now seen exactly where she is. She appears to be crouched quite hard in that corner, on top of that distribution panel.
Does she have a helmet on?
You can't actually see the front of her. You can see she's crouched down. You've got sort of her back, her rear end, and her thighs,
Yeah.
largely sticking out from behind that angle. And you can't see her helmet or her head. You can't see her arms, whatever they're doing.
She had a helmet with her when she came in, didn't she?
She did.
She did, yeah. Preferably alive. She sort of points to, if she's looking the other way, she'll tap Stefan on the shoulder and point in the direction of where she is.
Okay. Now Stefan also has the eye drops, but it isn't that easy to see even so. But if you're literally pointed out exactly where she is, then you can see her. And Zoe's just rolled a pretty good recon check, so she's going to spot her as well. And the three of you have a line. Realistically, only one of you will have a line of sight without splitting up, if you know what I mean. If you want to take a shot, only one of you can take a shot down that narrow gap. Someone would have to go left between the other two, or the middle one and the forward one, and someone would have to go right down the bulkhead to the rear if you want to take a shot, because you'd be in each other's way.
Right. That feels like the thing. Carl will point down the 3 corridors for one of us to go down each, I guess. The 3 ziggity zaggity gaps.
Okay, so who's going where? So you've got essentially the gap between the forward one and the one that she's crouching at the end of. So that's the one against the bulkhead to the right on the map.
Yep.
The one down the middle between the two. Yeah, so that where you've just put Stefan. Yes, there.
And then there's the other one.
Yep. And then there's the one down the middle that you actually spotted her through.
Yeah.
And then there's the one down the aft bulkhead.
She'll message. She'll message Stefan, I guess, if cause he's not got his helmet on, so I don't want to make too much noise. Say, go down the. Yeah, I don't have to whisper. It's a message. Go down! Exclamation mark.
In capitals as
In
well.
capitals, all
Blimey.
capitals, all capitals. Eggplant, etc., etc. Look, as we're looking at it, we're walking downwards, so it's the opposite to where we're going. Go down the left one, so the one near the bulkhead, I guess. Go down left. Be prepared to flush her out with flames.
Okay.
He'll message back. Yeah, sure.
I know he's been looking
Okay.
forward to
So
it.
you're sending Stefan forward.
Sorry, if you take the other side, the right as we're looking at it, the far side, that gives you the better shot. And if I'm in the middle, if I can get up close to her, and get a decent punch in, just something to knock her out. You've got the shot, Zoe. Stefan will have the flush, and if we can get her, if we can get close to her, try and take her down without killing her.
Okay. As you line this up, we will, because it's going to take a few seconds, we will cut to Agnar.
Oh, good.
Agnar and his little party. You've detected a whiff of something in the air, but you're still in that corridor. Now, obviously, the air conditioning on the ship has mostly policed up all of that smoke that came from the explosion. You can still smell it a little bit in the air as well, though, but it's mostly being cleared. There's no sort of hanging smoke in the corridor. But you are in that corridor between Kron's and Rachel's room with your 2 people with you who haven't heard anything really loud happen since that vast explosion, so they're calming down a little bit.
Can I don't suppose either of you can hear. I can't quite get the smell. My nose is good, but the all of that dust from the clearing of the engines is seems to be covering it up. But there's something a little bit odd and chemically. You don't smell or recognise that, do you? And he'll pay particular attention to Governor Helinsky if there's a response.
He takes a deep breath, a little sniff, and says, you know what it smells like? Riot gas.
Riot gas?
Yeah, riot gas,
Well, I certainly don't. I've never been on the wrong side of a riot. I don't know what you're implying about my character, but
Oh, I didn't mean to imply anything. It just has that, like almost chewy in the mouth, that kind of sensation. And Locke sort of can't smell anything. No.
Agno look at Locke and then look at Governor Helinsky and just be, if you, I don't quite know what to say for once in my life. I will say brace yourself. This could be quite the shock, and he'll knock on the door and say, "It's me, Agnar." And if you can, at the same time, while he waits for a response, he'll get into the group chat and he'll say, he'll just say, "Riot gas?" Question mark. Emoji. Send.
Okay. Just trying to think who would. Yeah. A few seconds later, you get a response from Johnny.
Of course.
Narcotic, makes you sleepy, makes you easy to control.
Agnar will put back breathing apparatus. Everyone now. He'll knock on the door. Hello.
Which door are you knocking on?
On what's his name's door?
It was Cron's, wasn't it?
Cron?
Cron's.
Okay.
Cron's. Thank you.
There's no answer at Cron's door.
Going for the initials that were second to the left. Agnar will open the door.
Okay. The room is empty.
He knows that he can't necessarily get back on the communicator to Kara. He will put a message out to the group chat. Sorry. He'll say to the other two, Tally, where, who's got her?
A couple of seconds later, you get a response from Cron. She's with me.
Where? I'm en route. We need to be there.
Rachel's room.
Oh, that's across the way at least.
And he will turn around. Farcically apologise. I'm terribly sorry. I meant to knock on this one. Hello, it's
probably
it's
used to his
Agrar. We're coming in.
He's been doing it all night to him, to be honest.
Just adds to the nonsense that is Agnar's evening.
Okay. You knock on the door. Immediately, Cron opens it. And what you can see is that inside, at that moment, there is Cat sleeping-ish, dozing certainly on the bed, with a kitten curled up on her chest.
That's the
And
image we want to portray. I like it.
and Tally and Cron are both there. Tally's actually perched on the edge of the bed. Cron clearly was in a chair, but he's handing out breathing apparatus to two of them to Tally to put one on Cat as well, and he's putting one on his own face as he says, "It's going well, then, isn't it?"
Yeah, perfectly, all as planned. I don't suppose you've got any spare of those.
Loads in my room.
And Agnar will, before he runs across, he'll just turn to the governor and say, "Governor, we believe that you've been lied to."
Mm-hmm.
And he'll gesture towards the room and towards his daughter, Tally. But hopefully this this goes some way to prove our friendship and my promise to keep you safe. And he'll scurry across the room.
Okay. he
So
sort of
breathing
steps
apparatus.
forward into the doorway, and the moment he sees her, he like completely freezes in shock. And he doesn't even seem to be able to make a sound. After a couple of seconds, he just wanders over and drops to his knees because she's still sitting on the bed, and just wraps his arms around her. And he looks like he doesn't want to let her go anytime soon. And that's where we'll take our break.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming that that Caboodle doesn't need breathing apparatus because trying to make a cat more agreeable and placid is a useless endeavour. I'm assuming they're immune to riot gas.
I mean, there are actually suitable things for cats in this kind of situation, but riot gas is intended to be not only non-lethal but also targeted at sophont brain systems. It shouldn't have a seriously detrimental effect to a cat.
This is good to know, but it's worth checking. Thank you, Ben.
How about a
The
dog?
reassurance is.
An actual domestic dog shouldn't have a problem, no. In essence, the way you do it, if you had like a leak, is you have a box, like a satchel you can put a cat in and seal it, rather than a spacesuit. And you could do one of those, but more commonly, with something like this, you wouldn't have to worry about a cat. The kind of higher brain functions that are affected by this don't really happen in cats. They're mostly sleepy most of the time anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Wouldn't notice too much difference.
Yeah. I mean, first off, Agnar's higher brain function is questionable based on his intellect, but we'll go through. We'll ignore that. And secondly, the problem with the box and putting a cat in it is that you don't know whether it's placid until you open it up and observe the cat.
Oh, very good. On that bombshell, we're going to shoot off for a quick break, and then it'll be like a 20-minute roller coaster ride to the end by the time we're back. Oh, very exciting. So yes, we'll be back in 5 minutes for 20-minute ride to the end. So get what you need to do. Go to the loo, grab a drink, cool off a bit, and we shall see you all in 5 minutes. While I get this sorted. There's the break music. That's the break picture. But of course, I've got to get rid of that because everything's in the wrong order. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. There you go. That picture's right now. Then we'll go over here. We'll put on the music wherever that is. I think it's around here somewhere. There it is. If we take that off and that off and that off and put that on, that should be music. And we can go. Hello, everyone. We're back. Ben.
It's time to recount another one of the stories I was once told by our former ship's steward. I can't verify the accuracy of these stories. After all, he once told me he invented transom streamlining. Once, he told me, he was in a strange situation. He awoke, but had seemingly been somehow limited in his personal choices. He wanted to go a certain way or do a certain thing, and yet he found that he was forced to act against his will. It was akin perhaps to hypnosis or some other sort of mind control. As he explored the limits of this strange situation, he discovered that he was being driven to act in ways that he found distasteful or even unethical. He was controlled to put far too little spirit in cocktails, to skip several important steps in the creation of others. He was made to prepare foods so simplified that they bore little relation to the recipe. Horrified, he watched through his own eyes as he made Primac stew without including the Dorica seeds, and made one of his specialities, spiced eggs with no ground spices. Imagine his feelings as he cooked panage, but without breadcrumbs. Eventually, he regained control and was able to flee his dangerous situation, but he told me how frightening it was to be out of control. I, and I suspect all of us, sometimes feel a little out of control, unable to refuse a ninth beer, or turn down that extra slice of steak and kidney pie. When that happens, I remember our former ship's steward and remind myself that I will eventually be in full control once again. This is one of the countless reasons that I ask that you join me in raising a glass to his memory and toast to the late, great Greyhill Bast.
To the late great
Greyhill
Greyhill Bast.
Okay. So, we will come back to Agnar at some point for his ongoing discussions, but for the moment, he is securing enough breathing apparatus for everybody.
Ideally, yes.
But we do need to turn our attention back to engineering, I fear.
If that is the case, you are aware that Stefan has a boon. I hope you've got it written down or something.
I do indeed. Thank you very much. You also might need to remind me about the message that you sent me next week.
Yes, quite possibly. I'll have forgotten it by then. Okay. So I guess the three of them have taken up position down each of those three columns, have they, Ben?
They have.
Oh.
So, what's the plan? Are you going to just open fire, or?
Carver will message Stefan and say, flush her out.
Stefan will react with the favourite of Carl, the eggplant emoji.
Oh, yes. That's the thought of using the flamethrower has made him very excited.
Indeed. And he will he'll try and quietly make his way down that part of the corridor, clinging to the wall as much as possible for the most surprise. And the plan is, I suppose, when he gets somewhere close to the end, he doesn't want to actually do damage. He just wants to shock them somewhat into rushing somewhere. He'll step out and he'll let off a quick little couple of blasts in succession from the flamethrower.
Okay, so
aiming reasonably high.
Okay, so you want to effectively creep down that little gap, that narrow gap, and then even though if you don't get to the end, you won't actually be able to see the target, but you do know where she is.
Yeah.
So you sort of aim up, but towards that corner.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily into the corner, but I guess straight towards the. Is that the toilet on that side?
You'll have a direct line onto the lift.
Yeah.
The brown one is the fresher, which is sort of low and left of that.
Yeah, so I guess towards the lift, but I suppose regular height, which would be higher than a crouching person.
Okay.
Um,
So you
just so
you
there's
want
flames
yep.
to their
Okay.
side, behind them, in front of them,
So
whichever
you
one.
want them to lick around that corner, basically.
Yeah.
Lick corner.
Yeah. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Okay.
A corner could be a door.
I need you to throw a heavy weapons with dex, please.
Yes.
I haven't been warming them. I'm going to use my boon. This feels
Okay,
like
you
an
can use your
appropriate
boon.
boon moment.
And can you subtract 2 as well, please?
Oh,
On the total.
can.
Oh my.
I'm not happy about it, but I can. That boon is very useful. I shall hold them all up. That is a 4, a 5, and a 2. So we'll get rid of the 2. Which makes a 9 plus 3 minus 2 for a 10, please.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. You let off a blast of the flamethrower. Can you roll 4d6 for me, please?
Ooh. Not sure how I feel about this. That's 15 total.
Okay.
I'll pick up 4 dice.
Total of 15.
That's pretty good.
You fire the flamethrower, and it fills that corner of the space with fire. It expands rapidly to occupy that entire corner of the space, but not for very long. There isn't that much around there that is directly flammable. But as it sort of not only illuminates the space, but the fire sort of spreads out across that corner and around, quite a sort of a blast of flame. It causes, shall we say, a small secondary explosion, a kind of not much of one, just a little sort of pop and blast of something that you can't see. Something goes bang, and there's like a little burst of flame associated with it, and it's a different color. Where the flame that your flamethrower produces is a fairly intense reddish orange, this one is greenish blue, and is quickly overwhelmed by your flame.
Stefan will send a message to Takara. Something exploded.
You'll have been able to see that as well. It's not a huge explosion, but it was like a little fireball.
I hope it wasn't anything important to the ship.
Greeny blue. Copper.
As far as you can tell, your target doesn't immediately move. She doesn't react.
Stefan will call out. I told you we've got you. Step out. I'm coming in. And he'll let off a quick little if he's got time.
Okay. And Zoe will have potentially a line of sight round the corner if you want her to go. But if you'd like Kara to take a shot first, you're entitled.
I'm happy for Zoe to take over me.
Okay.
Slow her down, Zoe.
Okay. Zoe is going to go full auto and take a shot with her carbine. That's 10. She's not in too much cover from Zoe's position. We'll call that -4. Let's call it -4. Half cover. Okay. So she lands a hit, and immediately you can hear her over the radio, saying something quite enthusiastic about it, but it's probably a bit profane as well, about having landed a hit on her. This time the woman begins to react, but you can definitely have a shot since she's this is effectively counts as a surprise attack your entire combat round, so you can have a go before we worry about initiative.
What parts of the body can I see? Can I still not see her head?
From where you are, you can see, as you've crept down that middle part, you would be able to see. If you're as far forward as Zoe is, you'll be able to see almost all of her now.
Okay, cool. And she has got a helmet on, everything like that?
She has. And she's wearing her Guardian armor,
which I'm guessing is pretty good. So I can probably unload another load into that before I have to worry. Okay, let's take aim and fire, please. Use my minor to aim and my major to fire.
Okay. Then you may do exactly that. Can you add 1 for your minor action, please?
Yep, please.
And take your... Is it a laser pistol?
I'm going to check which one I've got with me. I had it written down.
I have a vague feeling it was your special one.
I've got my laser pistol. Yes, I've got my laser pistol. Soraya's got the nice
Okay.
carbine. Carl's just got
Fair enough.
Pistol, I think. Yep, go for it. 30 meters, that's good. What do I need to hit again? 8, don't I?
8 is a basic hit.
Yep.
She's in a tiny amount of cover. Let's make it a -2 to hit.
Okay. 10.
10 total. That includes the +1 for the minor action.
11.
11 including that. Okay.
So 3D plus 3 is a laser pistol.
Okay. 11 total. That's +3 over.
So 3D plus 6.
Yes, 3D plus 6.
That is 11, 17.
17. Okay. All right. She does react, but not by returning fire or anything. The flames roll round her. Zoe takes her shot and pours fire into her. You open fire. You definitely get the impression she's been hit and wounded, but not enough to move her out of commission. And she doesn't return fire. And instead, let me try and describe this. And instead of doing that, there is a sudden, quite loud and violent explosion quite close to her. Stefan moved all the way forward to the front of that angle where he could see around a little bit to hit her, or hit the corner at least.
Yeah.
Right. So let me roll the attack. All right. Okay. There is a very big blast. If you'd not heard one like it recently, you might have been a little bit confused as to what it was, but you actually heard one a matter of seconds ago as a breaching charge goes off essentially on the partition between the crew lounge and where she is, almost. So round the corner of the lift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that could be worse.
Yeah, it's not external.
Which is super
Okay.
useful for those of us just in a dressing gown.
He was in more than a
Stefan.
dressing gown. He had some armor on.
What is your
Pretty
current
sure it's-
armor like?
It's more than a dressing gown.
I believe I can't say for sure because I've pictured him this whole time in my dressing gown. But I believe when he went
wasn't.
back for the flamethrower, he slipped on the carapace
He did.
because he knew we so I'm going to say over the top of the dressing gown, which is plus 10 or plus 16 versus heat. Don't know if this is
Okay.
hot. Super useful for the flamethrower though.
It would. Not as
If he's
useful
holding it
against an
backwards.
actual concussive blast.
No.
But Stefan, can you take 3 points to your endurance, please?
Yes, indeed.
Right. So, the blast happens, and she is potentially now close enough to have an exit route if she can take it. But you obviously will have a chance to do that based on initiative. So that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh,
Oh no. Wow.
Oh, I'm making holes in our ship.
It's
Unbelievable.
2 now.
I know. At least, well, the door's replaceable. I feel if we land on a relatively good planet, we can
A door-based
we can
planet.
send
Yeah.
Rachel off to get some doors.
A door-based planet.
Mm. somewhere where the door is held in high esteem.
I think that's quite a lot of planets, actually.
Good. It's good to know. Certainly in this sector.
I guess.
Oh,
I guess.
oh.
I guess. Oh, who's it? Trooper SJP. Sorry, I was putting that on. We have a Rose's cat.
Okay, we will do a
Can I
road.
very quickly ask, at what point does the Baltic Star become like the ship of Theseus? Because it's been rebuilt by before we came out here. Things were replaced and made better. We've now
Yes.
lost the door, part of a
Oh,
wall.
hey, Roo.
I can't feel it.
Feel
It's got to be close.
It's had 2 major
Is it
overhauls
even the
and
Baltic
upgrades,
Star anymore?
and now it's losing bits. Yes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love it though.
But more importantly, Rose's cat.
Rose's cat. Okay. So, Rose's cat, Caboodle, was a very intentional sort of animal. Whatever she did, whether it was eating, sleeping, playing with the crew, or, well, there was probably at least one other thing, whatever she did it on purpose. She was currently resting on Cat Aralesti, snuggled inside the pilot's arms with her head tucked under her chin. It was perhaps a symbiotic arrangement. The human was recovering from a narcotic and needed to rest, but was also warm, comfortable, and largely oblivious. Having a small and furry creature tucked up against her was perhaps not technically a treatment that appeared in any current medical text, but it certainly couldn't do any harm. In fact, Caboodle was very used to this sort of medical intervention, which was often deployed in the service of Dural Cags as he slept off his evening meal. As for Caboodle, there was definitely a benefit. The kitten liked people on average and liked warm places to sit or curl up or whatever. Cat needed comforting, whether she was strictly aware of it or not, and Caboodle was enjoying the warmth and sense of security of being wrapped up in the arms of the teenage pilot. It was all, as far as Caboodle was concerned, intentional. Tali Helinsky and Kron Sarama were sitting side by side on the edge of the same bed, Every now and then they glanced at the relaxed pile of mammals to see if anything needed to be done. Nothing seemed to be changing, at least not quickly. Cron tried his best conversation. So was it cold in those tunnels? Tally looked at him with a raised eyebrow. Inside the ice cap? Under thousands of tons of frozen water? On top of millions more? A bit. Right, he said. Sorry. There was a long pause. It's warmer here. She didn't respond to that, as it really didn't deserve a response. She stretched a hand out and began gently stroking the cat, the furry one. My dad's on the ship, I think. My fiancée definitely is. Something's going wrong, badly wrong, because there are guns now. The engineer looked at her. You don't need to worry. Everyone's safe. She thought for a moment. What do you do when you're frightened for other people? Cron turned around and looked down at the murmuring pilot and the purring kitten. I think how lucky I am to have people to be frightened for. And I think about turning the kitten over just to watch her wriggle upright again. As if sensing that she was being discussed, Caboodle chose that moment to wriggle onto her back, intentionally, exposing her belly to Tally's petting. She stretched and squirmed from side to side, gently pushing one of her paws into the drowsy human's nose. For just a second, the pilot caught her breath, then let out a small sneeze before relaxing again. Caboodle's eyes had shot open at this, and she froze in place for a moment. Then she stared at the other people as if daring them to laugh. She meant to do that. Intentionally. There you go.
Oh, it's nice.
Very nice.
Chill and happiness when all around us is misery.
I hope that was okay for you, Sparrow.
Oh, well, thank you, Ben. Thank you, and thank you, all of you that joined us this evening for a stressful episode of Traveller. That's tomorrow. Stormzy. Hey, perfect timing. I suppose we'd better do it all again for you. We changed some plans. Tomorrow we're changing things up a little bit because we're getting Spez in, and we are returning somewhere special to us, Ben. Are we not?
We are. Something we've been, working on, I suppose, is the answer. We're going back to the villages to try and find a desperate murderer and give him a beer.
That is true, because a Morris dancer is slain.
Mm. And if someone has gone to all of the trouble to rid the world of a Morris dancer, well, frankly, they should probably face the full wrath of justice. But first, a pint.
Which the wrath of justice, as far as you're concerned, would be a Foster's.
Well, I don't think we need to bring torture into it. That seems a very dark turn to me. Maybe he can only have a mild.
That's true. Maybe only a half.
Oh wow, that's perfect. Yes, he can have a nice beer, but only a half.
And then
Mind you,
Mind
Swift half,
you, that sets him up for a half a mild and a bottle of light ale, which would be quite nice, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, and when we say a half, we mean a Swift half, which could easily be 3 beers.
Exactly. So yes, so we can return to the villages tomorrow for our ongoing murder mystery investigation with our 3 heroes, including an old man with very sharp elbows,
The sharpest.
a Scotsman with a dog and a kilt,
Mm-hmm.
and a postman with very knobbly knees.
Well, competition winner.
Oh, cried. And they're doing well. They've moved on. They've gone down a village, so life is good. You're by the coast, so things could be beautiful. It's a lovely sunny day. So
Yeah.
So join us
And
tomorrow
it will
night.
be tomorrow, so I hear.
Oh, exactly. It's gonna be like LARPing. So join us tomorrow, dear friends, for the villages from about 11 o'clock UK time. But until then, I believe I'm told Spurs has requested a raid, so we shall raid. So hang around and say hello to this person, Trooper SJP. We could do that now. Thank you, dear friends, for joining us this evening, and we'll see you all tomorrow or soon. Good night to you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
I did use raid. Toot toot toot. And we are hiding.